Okay, so, it's all about content creation. So, if you live in the southern or even northern region of Texas, then you know that our seasonal winter event is about to occur. So, I wanted to go through and I wanted to show y'all how I prepare as a East Texas redneck. I go through, and the first thing that I learned from East Texas weather, as soon as you get to a point in your life where you get married and you have kids and you get all that stuff going, and your wife says, "I want a pool." Yes, dear. So I go through every year now since last year, because our snowpocalypse busted our last pump. Froze it out, and then it basically, when it started to defrost, it just imploded. And so I go through now, and here is how I prepare. So I drain to below the skimmer level, right? As low as I can get it, honestly, right? I've still got it draining, but it's not turned on. The pump's not turned on because I don't want it to just start sucking in the dry air. So I go through and I let it continue to drain, and then now I go and I take a tarp and I cover the entire pump area. Everywhere. I cover the entire area, and I make sure it has a slope so that any snow that hits it does not accumulate on top. And there's one of our furry friends here. Alright, so now let me show you what I got going on inside. Okay, so underneath the tarp, let me zoom out if I can. Okay, underneath the tarp, I just, I redneck rigged a heat lamp that I used for my chickens when I had them, and I just secured that, clamped it to the tube that goes over to my sand filter. And on the subject of the sand filter, I take and I unscrew and I drain. I just let that continue to drain, right? I take the drain hole or the drain knob off of my filter reservoir as well. I take out my basket, I leave the lid off, and then I go through, and at night when we start getting to freezing temperatures, I'm just gonna go boop, turn that sucker on. That way nothing freezes in this line. Nothing's gonna freeze near this pump because it's gonna stay nice and toasty in here. So first off, drain your sand filter. Take your lid off of your chlorine section. Let that drain. There's another area in here on the side of it where it's got a drain plug. I take that drain plug off. And on every section, as soon as the water gets done draining, I'm going to close this valve. And then there's another valve over there on the other side, and I'm going to close that valve. And then I've got my pump set to winterize. Okay, so that's good. I've already drained the water, so we should be good to go. That is what prepare the pool. So the way that I prepare my hot tubs or jacuzzis or whatever, any outdoor heated pool or whatever, I set my temperature as high as I can go without voiding warranty or anything like that. Normally I'll set it up at 102. I'll put some shock in it, but I'll leave the lid open. So I'll go through. I'm gonna make sure it's on. Right now it's set to 99. That's not hot enough, because what happens is we end up with a power outage, which is notorious for my region. I want this thing to stay hot for as long as I can, as long as it can. So I'm gonna set it to 101, and then I'm gonna run it for a little while and let it heat up to that temperature. And I'm gonna leave it at 101 with the lid on, secured. That way, if some wind comes through like it's starting to do right now, it won't blow the lid off, and it will stay nice and warm. If we end up with a power outage, which again is what the generator's for, but I can't run that hot tub off that generator because the hot tub is hardwired to the electricity of the house. So the hot tub goes down, it's going to be nice and toasty because the water is already heated up to over 100 degrees, and it should stay above freezing for the duration of our freeze, which should be just about 3-4 days is what it usually runs. So hope you guys have found any of this helpful, and yeah, See y'all later. If you guys are new to being on your own and having your first house, get yourself a generator and thank me later. Here's to winter 2024.